What's going on, everyone? This is Spilling Tea with Chris G. I'm so happy to see you guys. So happy for you guys to see me. It's been a minute because of the last episode. It was like almost 2 weeks that it didn't air, but I am back. Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this episode was lit. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you guys with my top five highlights, and I'm gonna spill the tea at the end. So let's get started. So for my first highlight, Kandi had met up with the ladies. So she had Carmen, Shamia, Sheree, Kenya, and Cynthia over at her house just to kind of go over what's going on between her and Porsha and all the things that Porsha is saying. And basically, this is all stemming from a night where Kandi and Porsha were at a nightclub, and they had tongue kissed. And Porsha did make a sexual advance by saying that she wanted to go ahead and eat some of Kandi's goodies. And so, the thing that I was thinking about was Porsha. Why are you taking the fall for something that basically Phaedra was talking about between Kandi and Shamia sleeping together? But Porsha, she was on Watch What Happens Live, and she also did an Instagram video. Basically, on Watch What Happens Live, she was saying that she took the fall because she is a loyal friend. Which I was kind of like, anyways, but I knew Phaedra wasn't going to say anything. She was going to keep her mouth shut about that. But Kandi was also telling the ladies that Porsha is also saying that, Kandi tried to drug her. So Shamia, she's trying to stay loyal to Porsha because that's, more her best friend. She likes Kandi and Porsha, but she's just trying to stay mutual. Like, she doesn't want to get involved with it, basically. But Shamia knows that that is not true. On to my second highlight. Porsha had met up with Lauren at her house to kind of basically discuss the situation about Kandi's sex dungeon. Porsha had also revealed that Kandi's husband Todd is going around by the name of Marvin.
I'm like, you know what? Let me tell you about your man who is in New York just this past weekend telling women his name is Marvin.
She was saying that Marvin, aka Todd, is running around in them streets cheating, and Lauren was like, oh my gosh. Now, when Porsha was on Watch What Happens Live, just to kind of continue into that episode, she was on there with Charlamagne the God. Now, Andy was saying, Kandi came with the receipts from 3 years ago, and Charlamagne was like, well, you basically told her you were going to rape her, so real rapist of Housewives of Atlanta, which Charlamagne is crazy, but he was saying, like, okay, you gonna talk about, having sex or raping a chick 3 years ago is still basically relevant. And Porsha felt like the text messages from 3 years ago wasn't relevant. She felt that, who keeps text messages from 3 years ago? And, basically that just wasn't the case. It was implied wrong. So I don't know. But yeah, Porsha, you got a little bit of cleaning up to do. Now, Peter Thomas had went on to his Instagram live, and he was saying that, Porsha has been projecting a lot of lies for years. And a lot of times people, unfortunately, they don't survive the lies and all the rumors and stuff that are being projected out there. And he was saying him and Cynthia didn't survive because of that. Interesting. On to my third highlight. So Kandi went to the Old Lady Gang restaurant, which it is looking really good. I mean, Todd has been working, you can tell, day and night. He's the project manager over the construction, and it has come a very long way. And it's such a huge space, so it does take a lot of time. So, of course, Todd was saying that, after him and Kandi, they met up at the restaurant, they took a tour. He was like, I know that, it may not be a good time right now to go ahead and do this, but I truly do think that we need to go ahead and take some sort of vacation. And Kandi was like, I think we need a vacation too. I'm just kind of tired and overworked. So Todd thought of the idea, and Kandi, to go to Hawaii. So They kind of wanted to do a couples trip, but everybody is not able because everybody is not coupled. But the only two people that Kandi is kind of on the fence with inviting, of course, is Phaedra, and she knows Phaedra is going to invite Porsha. So that was the only thing because her and Porsha are not on good terms at this time. On to my fourth highlight. Freaking Frack go to meet up to get some little procedures done, getting that tummy tight and getting them thighs tight and getting a sweaty workout on, and those, those sauna suits and stuff like that they be doing. Well, anyways, so they went to this clinic in Atlanta and they had met up, and Phaedra basically invited Porsha to Hawaii while they were there. Now, Porsha, of course, she had reservations about going because she, again, is not really speaking to Kandi. And she kind of feels like Kandi is dragging this whole sex dungeon drug thing. She feels like she's just dragging it along for a storyline because she feels like she doesn't have a storyline. But Porsha, of course, she did agree to go. And which it was kind of weird because she was Phaedra's plus one, but then she added her own plus one, which was Todd. And the funny part about Porsha too, again, is I can't take these heifers in the United States. What makes you think I could take them outside? Because I thought Hawaii was a part of the United States. On to my fifth highlight. So the infamous luau. So everybody had got there to Hawaii. Everybody came on separate flights or, different times, but they all got there. Once they had arrived, they came downstairs, and went to dinner. And that is when the fireworks had sparked. So the awkward part was Cynthia and Peter, but they were married. So I mean, it's going to be a little awkward because now they're divorced, but Peter was playing it cool, you know what I'm saying? So that was a good look. Todd, Porsha's man being there was kind of weird, of course. Porsha just being there because she wasn't invited in the first place is always weird because she always shows up whether she's invited or not. And Sheree and Bob, that's just weird anyways because Bob, yeah. And Kenya, she did not invite Matt because she said that she had no one to watch her dogs. So Matt and the dogs were all in the doghouse at the same time. So anyways, so Sheree, of course she got to start it off by saying, it's getting a little awkward in here. We need to go ahead and air this out. And Kandi basically started off by saying, Porsha, I didn't like the things that you were saying about me trying to drug you. I didn't like that you were trying to say I had a sex dungeon, and just putting these allegations out there can really hurt my money and my business because that's a serious allegation. Someone potentially drugging you or raping you and that being said on national TV, I agree. Kandi didn't deserve that. And I think Porsha was definitely out for blood this season. And usually she's not like this, but this season she's like real ruthless. So Porsha was saying that, no, you have a sex dungeon and I'm not the one who said that you were trying to drug me. I said I heard from someone that you were trying to drug me. And then Porsha had went into Todd being a cheater and being, using the name Marvin. And y'all know how Kandi is about her man. When you talk about him, it is like all over. So then Kandi had got up.
And for her to put that out there about me, oh my God, it took everything in me.
She was just going in on Porsha. And Porsha was just sitting there, and Todd, Porsha said that she had brought Todd along to talk to the mans or, if something pops off. But what was Todd doing? Sitting there looking like everybody else. He was just looking and rubbing her arm. And Phaedra was like, okay, it's getting a little out of control. And Peter too. And Phaedra was like, I don't know if these rumors are true or not. And I feel like, Phaedra, come on now. You were friends with Kandi for a very long time. Like, you would say, you know what, I know that that's not true. I know that that's not Kandi's character. But you're not even saying anything. You're just like, well, I don't know if it's true or not. You're just being real mutual with it. And I felt like that wasn't cool. But You know what? I don't blame Kandi for getting mad this season. They've been all over Kandi's case since the day she stepped on set, and Kandi has been pretty mutual with everyone. She's been pretty much, on the border between people. But now, you know what? She's just trying to clear her name, and it's not cool. So Porsha, is still sitting there, calm, cool, and collected, and Kandi had to get escorted out, and then Kandi had brought out the receipts of the text messages, child, talking about what happens here stays here. If you're talking crazy about us on camera, I'm gonna leave your ass. But I mean, they were just. I was like, wait a second, Porsha talking about some what happens here stays here. Okay, Porsha, and Porsha knows, she like Kandi was saying, she has hooked up with chicks in the past or whatever. Like, you can't sit up there and talk about somebody else, call the kettle black when you doing the same thing. So, Kandi had to be escorted out by Todd, and Todd by Porsha. Portia's Todd. Kandi says she feels bad for him because she's really a freak hoe. So it will be interesting to see what happens next week. If we get any more tea for you guys on this, we will let you know. Now, Porsha did go on to her Instagram live to talk about this whole situation. And basically, she was saying that Kandi is the one who's a freak hoe because Kandi was sleeping with Block while he was married and got pregnant by Block. Also, there's rumors going around because Wendy Williams was talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she was stating that first off, she wants the franchise canceled. I don't think it's entertainment, but she feels like she wants the franchise canceled. She wants Kandi to come off because she just feels like, it's kind of ruining her brand. And I could kind of agree with Wendy Williams on that. I feel like this is done. Like, this should be Kandi's last season. I feel like it's going too far. She's trying to revive her group, Escape. They're back together. And, she got her Baby Tucker line out, and she got her Tags Boutique out. She has Sheree in there recently in the Tags Boutique in Atlanta doing her book signing. So, she's trying to do positive things. She got the Bedroom Kandi, and I feel like this season has just been kind of brutal upon her reputation. But yeah, Wendy Williams was stating that the reason why Escape broke up was not because of, now Kandi had explained it, but Wendy Williams said basically because Kandi was bouncing around with different men's, and that's what happened. The group had broke up. Now, Kandi explained the reason why Escape broke up was because of a situation between her and Latasha, and they fixed it now. But yeah, it was a situation between her and another guy and Latasha. So. Whew, that's a lot of tea, y'all. But anyways, keep following the Facebook page, Spilling Tea with Chris G. If I get anything else, I will definitely let you guys know. And I will be back next week because I cannot wait for that episode. Bob and Sheree, ciao. Anyways, that is it. Spilling Tea with Chris G on Facebook. Have a good night, guys.